And the defense, are you ready to go forward with your first witness?
The defense calls Fabian Moreno to the stand.
Fabian Moreno, please report to the stand. Please follow me. Please stand there. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you are about to give will faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of the mock trial competition?
I do.
Please state your first and last name, spelling out your last name for the record.
Fabian Moreno, M-O-R-E-N-O.
Please be seated.
Scoring purposes, my name is Nathan Bell.
Your Honor, before we begin, I'm going to ask this witness questions about Exhibit A, so do I have permission to put
Yes.
Exhibit A
Yes,
at
you
the
do.
witness? May I proceed?
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moreno.
Good afternoon.
Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Fabian Moreno. I've lived in Acorn for 9 years. I'm a history teacher at Acorn High School. I'm a member of the EFA.
Do you know Casey Davidson?
I do.
How do you know Mr. Davidson?
I've seen Davidson before at previous rallies.
And did you attend the rally on September 14th?
Yes, I did.
How many people were there?
I'd have to say about a few hundred.
And where were you standing in this crowd of a few hundred?
About 2/3 of the way back.
Was there a particular reason why you stood towards the back?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Your Honor, if I may be heard.
Please, yes.
The answer to this question is relevant because for this witness to show us, to tell us truthfully what he saw, we have to know where he was standing so we can get his viewpoint on the
We
situation.
testified where he was standing. The question was, why were you standing there, if I understood it right? And I think that's what was objected to.
As you will see, the answer to the next couple questions will show that there was people acting violently.
I'll let you go on with it, and then if it turns out to be irrelevant, I'll strike upon your motion, yes. Go ahead.
Did you get a chance to finish your answer?
No, can you please re-ask?
Was there a particular reason why you stood towards the back of the crowd?
I expected that if there was any fighting to occur, it would occur towards the front, and I wanted to stay out of it, so I stayed towards the back.
So did you see many people at the rally acting in a violent manner?
Yes, I did.
Did you see Mr. Davidson at the O'Kennedy event?
Yes, several times.
Was Mr. Davidson carrying a walking stick?
Yes, he was.
Is this behavior abnormal at all?
No, I've seen him before at previous rallies, and he's always had this walking stick with him.
Was there anything else he was holding?
He was holding a bullhorn.
Did you see anybody else at the rally with a bullhorn?
Other than the police, no. Davidson was the only person I saw that day with a bullhorn.
And did you see Mr. Davidson at around 9:50?
Yes, I did.
And was he holding anything at that time?
He was holding his bullhorn and resting it up upon his shoulder.
Did he have the walking stick?
I don't remember him having the walking stick.
Could you please direct your attention to Exhibit A?
Yes.
Do you recognize Exhibit A?
Yes, it is a map of Acorn Park.
Would you say it is a fair and accurate depiction?
Yes, I would say that.
Did you see Mr. Davidson at all through the next 15 to 20 minutes?
I saw a man who I'm pretty positive was Davidson 3 to 4 times.
And where was he at this time?
He was towards the front of the rally, towards City Hall.
What made you believe that this was Mr. Davidson?
Well, the man I saw was holding a bullhorn, and Davidson was the only person I saw that day with the bullhorn. And the man I saw was the same size and shape of Davidson.
Did you see Mr. Davidson at all later in the rally?
I saw him at 10:20 on the steps of City Hall.
Your Honor, at this time, the defense requests that Exhibit A be moved into evidence.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, it is received.
And what was going on at that time of 10:20?
A riot was beginning to break out.
Did Casey Davidson have the walking stick at that time?
No, he didn't.
So at the time that this riot was breaking out, did you see many people acting in a violent manner?
Yes, I did.
Was Casey Davidson one of them?
No, not Casey.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Moreno.
Good afternoon.
I want to talk to you about the time period from 9:50 to 10:05. You testified on direct examination that you saw someone you thought was the defendant during this time period.
Pretty positive, yes.
Just to be clear, you saw this person 3 or 4 times
Yes.
over a 15-minute time span.
Yes.
So it wasn't continuous.
No, it was not. There's a lot of people shifting around, but saw him multiple times.
As you mentioned, you saw the person you thought was the defendant near the front of the crowd,
Yes,
and you were 2/3 of the way back, right?
that is correct.
There were people in between you and the person you thought was the defendant.
Yes, but I got good glimpses of him.
Well, you never saw this person's face.
No, I didn't.
This person was wearing a black sweatshirt, right?
Yes,
With the hood up.
yes,
Same as a lot of other people that were wearing that at the rally, right?
yes,
People were carrying makeshift weapons, right?
yeah,
They were holding those weapons up in the air.
yes,
That was between you and the person you thought was the defendant.
yes.
Just want to make one thing clear. When you say you saw the defendant from 9:50 to 10:05, that's just an assumption, right?
Can you please repeat the question?
When you say that you saw the defendant from 9:50 to 10:05, that's an assumption.
I'm pretty positive, but of course, yes.
Objection, Your Honor. This is hearsay.
No, I don't. Did you want to respond?
Your Honor, this was in court, therefore it's not an out-of-court statement being used.
You know, he's just giving his opinion. I don't think it's hearsay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's over.
When you say that you saw the defendant from 9:50 to 10:05, that's an assumption.
Yes, and I assume that from his bullhorn.
That is an assumption?
Of course, yes.
Nothing further.
Any redirect?
No redirect, Your Honor. May this witness please be excused?
Yes, you are excused. Thank you.